vortex. I really need to go back and do comedy. I think it's really obvious that most people aren't going to understand because they don't do comedy. I know that sounds pretentious. I dated somebody a long time ago who was an artist, and he made this statement that I thought was so arrogant at the time. But that's because I wasn't a practicing artist. I was a writer, but I didn't put any of my stuff out there. And I think a lot of writers and artists don't put their stuff out there because of the criticism that they're definitely going to get. Even from people that say that they're fans. People that say, I really understand you and respect you, and then they try to control what you're doing. So I don't mind people hating me because that means that I hit a nerve. That means that I said something that was probably true. So I'm not worried about normal ass people that bore the shit out of me liking me. Because they don't make art. And if you don't make art, I don't care about your opinion because it's worthless. You have no skin in the game. You don't know what that's like to put yourself out there and have an opinion that you try to do something creative with. Okay? Now, this dude that I dated, he said, if you're not an artist, you just don't understand. And I think that's very true. If you don't make it, if you don't regularly put in the time and the effort to devote yourself to living a creative life, and not just that, but if you don't put it out there into the public for them to just ridicule it and say that it's crap, I think that people are projecting. They think that I'm this sensitive person or something. Oh, because I get pissed off about stuff? I get pissed off about stuff that people should be pissed off about. And honestly, I'm kind of tired of people telling me that I'm like a really angry person. Like, as if people shouldn't be angry about things that are going on that are wrong. Like, we shouldn't be filled to the brim with rage and it's like negatively impacting our life. I get that. But people running away from negative emotions is such a cowardice thing to me, you know? I don't think that I'm this dark cloud all the time. I mean, I regularly make myself laugh. I have this overzealous amount of dopamine. I believe I've talked about it. But yeah, like, if you don't think that you shouldn't just consume all the time and mooch off of other people's contributions without making any of your own. Like, yeah, I can shit on that. Because, like, the whole reason why our society is so bad is because you don't have enough creative people that are willing to do the work. They won't do the work on themselves, so why would they do actual work in relation to, like, trying to make the world a better place? And I think that art does that. And yeah, you gotta shit on things. Like, that's a huge part of what comedy is, you know? I mean, George Carlin, I don't really think he was that funny, but he said a lot of stuff I agree with. He said true shit. He shat on people all the time. So a huge part of comedy is complaining. But I'd like to, you know, offer people solutions. That's why I eat healthy stuff on stage, you know? That's why I force myself to do comedy, even though I get really nervous doing it, and I always have something of a panic attack right before I get up there. I still force myself to do it. I force myself to go to church. I force myself to go out and socialize with people, and I don't want to socialize with them. I force myself to call people. But it's like, if I don't call everybody in a timely fashion, they get fucking offended by it. You know? Time ain't my forte, okay? But I promise whatever conversation we eventually have will be amazing, okay? But no. Trying to tell me what to do, that ain't gonna fly. Just let you know. I don't take well to control freakery, okay? You can criticize me all you want, but comedy is supposed to be offensive. It's supposed to push the edges. And yeah, I want to offend people that bore me. I do. Because they choose television. And I guarantee you, like, if they actually did something to contribute, if they actually did something to foster, like, creativity, because everybody has that. It's just that a lot of people that swear up and down that they're just not a creative person, they'll turn that off. They'll turn that off, you know? So, when I was young, I thought that I sucked at math. But I had to take Algebra 2 3 fucking times. By the third time, I was just sick of it. And I had to take it in summer school. So I was already pissed off that I had to waste my summer being in more public school. But I'm really glad that it happened, though, because I had a really, really good teacher. He was a man. And all the good teachers I had were men. And the one good female teacher I had acted like a man. She was lesbian. Until she yelled at me for asking a question that she didn't understand. But whatever. We forgive. We forgive! But this dude made me realize that I could do math if I just applied it. If I just applied myself. If I cared about it. He made me care about it. Now, granted, I was extra motivated to care about it because I didn't want to take the dang class again, you know? But I was just absolutely amazed. Because I, up to that point, was convinced that I just couldn't do it. So, I think that pressure, for me, like, it works really well. Pressure works really well, and realizing, like, how beneficial something can be. Like, I had no idea what doing this YouTube thing would actually do for my mental health. And to have people tell me, yeah, I really relate to you. And women. I want to get women. I don't care about men. I'll just be real with you. I mean, the men that like me, cool. Glad you're here. But you have a dick, and I'm going to use that against you. Well, because you want to use it against me! Whether you realize it or not. Not you, Nicholas. You know we're not talking about you. You're too busy playing pool to even think about pussy. Yeah, see, Nicholas, he puts up... I'll put a link to his channel. He's one of the few dudes that I can trust doesn't want to fuck me. He puts up all his pool games. So, you might not be, like, doing something artistic, but if you're putting yourself out there, that's still somewhat creative, because you're trying, you know? If you're just a consumer, and you're just watching other people's YouTube videos and commenting on them, like, you should try harder. I'm gonna be a cunt now. But yeah, non-artists don't understand, non-comedians really don't understand. I remember when I first started doing comedy, one of my ex-boyfriends came and saw my stand-up. And he said, you're definitely a comedian's comedian. But a lot of the audience isn't going to get you at all. I don't care about a lot of the audience, because a lot of the audience watches Joe Rogan, okay? And they think they're edgy. Or they watch somebody like, I don't know, who's boring? John Mulaney. John Mulaney's funny, though. He's just... I think he's for dullards. Anyway. Yeah. The thing is, though, like... there's different comedy for different people. I would say that somebody like Bill Hicks, George Carlin, Doug Stanhope, Lenny Bruce, you know, people that actually tell the truth and don't care if they piss people off, that's what comedy is. That's what comedy's for, okay? I get that there are other elements of it. I get that, you know, there's a lot of different things that you can do up there. And that's what's cool about it. So I don't expect to get everybody. I don't expect to get most people. But I want to get the freaks. The freaks will understand. Case in point, I had a transgender person tell me that she felt like she was up there on stage with me when I was performing. And I remember when she said this to me, I started tearing up. And yes, she's a he. Okay? She has a pee-pee. How many people are going to obsess about the pronoun situation? It's just stupid. This is petty shit. People are obsessing about petty fucking shit. Anyway. People that truly appreciate the art form of stand-up comedy won't try to alter what I'm doing, because I'm the fucking artist, bitch. Okay? So it's just retarded. But it's like, if I'm saying the stuff I'm saying, I know it's offensive. I mean, this is why I was afraid to do it initially, because I knew that I would get that kind of reaction from people, that they would just misinterpret it Or they would claim that they really get it and they love it and appreciate it, and then they would try to prevent me from doing what I've been doing. Well, you know, good comedians would never try to tell me what to do. Musicians, artists, they always say the same thing. Keep doing what you're doing. It's working. And if I have people that can actually play instruments tell me that they're jealous of the way that I play mine, even though I can't really play it because I don't even know what I'm playing and it's not very good, but it's like they're inspired by it. Why are they inspired by it? Because it's authentic. Because I'm not afraid to say what I want to say the way I want to say it, and fuck you if you don't like it. No, it doesn't matter. I'm not doing it for the people that don't like it. I'm really not even doing it for the people that like it. I'm doing it because it's a form of self-expression and it makes me feel better. Making art is therapeutic. So yeah, people that don't do that, they don't understand the therapeutic benefits of that activity. And they think, oh, well, you're doing it for me. You're doing it for me. You're doing it for people like me. No, I'm not, because you're boring. You're boring. Just because you agreed with something I said, cool. But, you know, I agree with a lot of people that I don't like very much. I agree with a lot of people on different things, not all things. I'm a versatile person, you know? It's like what I said before about the people being non-linear. Or linear, not... I'm non-linear, they're linear as fuck. Like, they expect everything to just be like this straight line of subject matter or opinions, feelings, you know? That's why a lot of these political people, they can't handle being around somebody that's not on their level with it. Because they don't want to be challenged in any kind of way. Well, I appreciate people challenging me in regards to, like, how I think about stuff. But in regards to how I do stuff artistically, no. I don't think you understand what art is. Yeah, a lot of society makes me puke. I leave the house and just puke all over myself. Just seeing what so many people call life. And, you know, just working in the restaurant industry, I just see it up close. You know, I see people not appreciating anything that they have. And maybe I'm wrong in my assessment because I'm being judgmental. But is it the wrong assessment, though? Is it really? Or does it seem like the wrong assessment because I sound like a bitch? You know? Because something I can't help but notice, and you know, that there's a lot of those. Let's switch lanes. I'm gonna do it. Fuck yeah, we did it. What was I just saying? Fuck! I hate that shit! You know, we'll think about it in a second. Let's just listen to the song. It's a good song. Thank you, Lord, for every little thing. Exactly. Just be grateful for everything that you have, even if it's bad, even if it sucks. And that gratitude will carry you through. See, that's why I can be angry and I can be bitter and I can feel the whole spectrum of emotions. And people that feel this much of the spectrum, they think that I'm crazy. They think that I'm so angry and everything. It's like, no, you just saw one side of me, dude. You're not patient. Okay, I think I remember what I was going to say about judgment. Yeah, if you say something that seems critical of society or a group of people or just one person, okay? Even if I criticize myself, people try to defend me like I shouldn't be doing that. Fuck you! Fuck you! I can criticize myself all day. Don't you dare come in between me and my self-critique, okay? You want to vicariously play the victim through all these people. It's pathetic, really. It's so pathetic. This world would be so much better if people could take criticism. But yeah, say I were to say, women are amazing. Women never make mistakes. Women are perfect. Especially when they refuse to take any kind of responsibility or accountability for anything that they do. You know? But they're still perfect. They're still perfect. Women wouldn't be like, you're judgmental. You're judging me. When you call me perfect, you're judging me. No, they wouldn't say that. You know why they wouldn't say that? It's because it's a positive judgment. If I were to say that none of the races but white people do anything wrong, okay? None of the races but white people are violent and oppressive, okay? It's only white people that are bad, okay? If I were to say nothing but kiss-assery things about other races, or who those people were not allowed to talk about, the Star of David people. If I were to say, oh yes, the Star of David people are just so wonderful, they never do anything wrong, aside from their assessment of Jesus, but no, we don't talk about that, okay? We don't talk about that, because Jesus was a Jew, okay? Well, if I said really positive things about those people, nobody would say I'm being judgmental. So really, it's just all about political correctness. So if you're politically incorrect, you're being judgmental. If you say anything critical of the way that people live, which is wrong, you're being hateful. And yes, a person that pays attention and is constantly observing everything around them, so much so that they've chosen the route of stand-up comedy because they just don't know what else to fucking do, okay? I think that every decision I've made in my life has led me to this point. And I have a lot of faith in God, and I know that God is directing me. So people in the world can disagree with me and think that I'm wrong and stupid and selfish or whatever they want to think. And it doesn't matter because I know that I'm doing it right because I'm right with the Lord. And I know how certain people are going to interpret it. They're going to just say I'm delusional. That's cool too. Secular people that believe in psychiatric drugs are always going to say that that's a delusion. And I understand why they say that, because they have to. Their doctor told them to say that, okay? They believe everything that their doctor tells them. because their doctor is essentially the Pope. Okay? No, seriously, if you think about it, that's an accurate metaphor. So, if their path to salvation is through medication, then yes, their psychiatrist resembles the Pope or a priest. Their therapist is like the person they confess to, you know? It's like all this clinical psychiatric stuff mimics religious stuff, that all the people that trust the psychiatry, that they'll dog religion, left, they'll dog religion, but it's just a mimicry. Is that the right word? Mimicry? Is that a word? Mimicry? A replica. It's a replica of the same thing. I think I said a lot in this video, wouldn't you say? But yeah, I don't care like what you believe or don't believe. I don't care what like your politics or how you feel about race mixing or homosexual marriage. I really don't care. Just please don't tell me what to do, okay? I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell my homosexual friends that are married that they need to get divorced. And I mean, if it's not a real marriage, would it be a real divorce? This is not my place to say that. But when it comes to art, when it comes to like critique of like, you know, this is how I see the world, like, that's literally what comedy is. That's the art form. If you don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. And yes, it will offend the fucking candy asses, but that's fine, because candy asses are candy asses for a reason. And they don't do anything but mass consume, so I don't feel sorry for them that they get their little feelings hurt. And you can say that it's me that's getting my little panties in a twist. I'm allowed to be annoyed, okay? I'm allowed to be annoyed. I'm allowed to be any feeling that I am. And I'm not entitled to it. I'm a human being that can feel however I feel at any given moment. And don't worry, my mood will soon change.